Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to build a machine that automatically fills up your oxygen tanks and brings them to a chest in your base in Galactic Craft 1.12.2. Later in this video, I'm just going to be showing you different variations, like the smallest possible, and how you could possibly build this on the moon. Anyways, not going to waste any of your time. One thing to note, I recently updated OBS, so I can't get some things to work like game capture and whatnot, so I'm using display capture, and that only works on full screen, so that's why you're going to be seeing this on full screen. Anyways, sorry about that, and let's get right into this video. So, I'm already here. This is going to be, the first thing we're going to go over is all the materials we're going to use. First thing you're going to need is a power source. For this, I'm just going to be using an advanced solar panel. This works pretty well, provides quite a bit of power. Next, you're going to need wiring. For this video, I'm just going to be using the heavy aluminum wiring. It's a lot more expensive than just the normal wiring, and I believe it's about the equivalent of twice as expensive. However, for the camera, it just looks a bit better and it's easier to see than the smaller normal aluminum wiring. Next, we're going to go on to the props, the two most important parts, the oxygen compressor and the oxygen collector. The oxygen compressor is what you put your fuel tank into to fuel up, or you get oxygen in, and then the oxygen collector is what actually provides this oxygen. The final two pieces we're going to need is the hopper and the chest. Hopper is just what you use to funnel all the items or all the fuel tanks around to fill it up. So we're actually going to get on to how to build this design now. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take two advanced solar panels. You probably only need one, but for this video I'm just going to be using two because I believe it provides a bit more power. We're going to connect these up via a heavy aluminum wiring. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go over here and we're actually going to start building the actual design, I guess, or how you would collect the oxygen. You're going to take your oxygen collector, and then over here you're going to flip around and you're going to place the oxygen compressor here. To make sure you set this up correctly, you want to make sure each wiring on each side connects to it, just like the following here. If it doesn't connect, you'll tell because if you go like this, that side connects. However, this side, it's just a single spot that doesn't connect. Also, this side is the back side, so you can just tell easier. Now we're actually going to connect this up. So what we're going to do is you're going to take your wiring, run it to this, and you're just going to build it all the way around it. Just like this. You're going to make sure you just get it so that way it connects to each side. However, you do want to make sure there's space right here for the actual build, because this is how you're going to build the automatic system. Now right here alone, this is basically all you need. All you need to do now is just put an empty oxygen tank in here, and it'll start filling up. However, if you want to make this automatic, this is what you're going to do next. You're going to take a hopper right here. You're going to place it right here, connect it into there. You're going to place a chest on top, sorry. From here, you're then going to find a spot where you want to place all your items. Let's say you have a little base over here. Let's gonna get some dirt. You have your little base right here where you just have all your stuff. Little dirt hut, who knows, whatever. This is where you're going to place all your items, whatever. This could be where you're building your rocket ship. Doesn't really matter, this is just your base. Let's say we have our two chests here, which is where we're going to want to put all of our filled oxygen tanks. From here, you want to go on the opposite side, and when you're going to break a block, I believe that's connected the easiest way to here. From here, you're then going to want to take over here, you're going to break underneath there, break all the way over here. I do believe, because of how hoppers work, I'm actually going to have to place the chest one down, unfortunately, but if you built this design one up, you could still place it one down, which is what I did in my personal original design. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our hopper and we're going to start connecting it through here. Make sure every time you place the hopper, it's connected to the previous, all the way up to here. Place it here, and then once you go over here, you might want to have to break a couple of blocks to get down here. From here, you can then connect the final piece of hopper. Then once you can build up, I believe you're pretty much done for the most part. Make sure this is covered up, and it should theoretically work once you fill up this with oxygen tanks. Place one here. Then we're going to fill this hopper up right here with oxygen tanks. And then we're going to fill up the chest here with oxygen tanks. Now in reality, you're probably not going to have this many oxygen tanks. Who knows, you might, but if you need to, you can always just not fill it up and you don't need as much. Now these are actually 36, not actually empty, but it doesn't really matter because it's still the same. You'll see here that this is filling up. Now that we're going to have to wait a bit, might as well make this look a bit nicer because we got to wait maybe a minute. It doesn't really matter. It kind of changes. Let's just say we have take some chairs, take some tables, because I'm actually using a lot of other mods. I'm actually currently in a friend's mod pack. This is what this original single player server was about, just messing around with mod packs. Like this mod pack and whatnot, testing out a lot of the stuff he has. So I'm just gonna maybe build a bit of the base, it's just like this. Doesn't really matter, it's just for the looks. Just got your base here and whatnot. Just be a little table area here. Yeah. Now if I actually go over here quickly enough, you should be able to see that this is full. And yep, it all of a sudden is empty. Now you might want to notice, where did it go? But if you look over here, one's missing. That means one from here emptied out, and it followed this hopper system, went into this chest, and now you've got a full fuel tank in the chest. Theoretically, there is no limit. If you wanted to, you could build this entire thing underground. The only thing that would have to stay above ground would be these 2 solar panels, because they would have to get light. But if you're using a different power source, that could also work underground fully. But for this, you would just have to connect the wiring all the way underground, connect it into here like this. And yeah, there you go. Once you have this design, this is basically the basics. You've got your area over here. This is going to start filling up with fuel tanks. And soon if I go to a previous attempt over here, which this also still worked, which had another base one. Now this is from a previous recording attempt. But see, this is already filling up. This is from about 10 minutes or so of just waiting around and whatnot. Anyways, now I'm going to show you onto different variations of this design. Like, for example, the smallest, or how you build it on the moon. Now, like I said, I'm in a mod pack, so there's a bunch of other stuff over there, so you're just going to have to ignore it. So the first design we're going to go over is going to be the most average design you're going to have. This is going to be 2 power sources, cable plugged into however long into your base, wrapping around, right into the oxygen compressor and oxygen collector, with the chest full of oxygen. Now this is actually empty because I've been letting it run for a while and whatnot, but yeah, it's still this pretty much the exact same thing, connected into a base right here, which is actually fully full of heavy oxygen tanks, because other stuff. This is actually not placed in manually. This is all filled in from that machine fully. Got someone's chest area and whatnot. This is just for designs. Next, we're actually going to be going into, I believe it's the, what is this? This is the smallest, most compact. It's probably more expensive than your normal design, but it's more compact, really. 2 power sources on each side that directly power it without using any cable. Your chest plugged in right into the I believe it's the compressor with the hopper, and then immediately uses a hopper into this double chest. This design also works exactly like that. Now I'm actually gonna set it today because it's almost night, so that way these still work. This design, I believe, is going to be the smallest, still connected to base design, so you don't have to have like everything immediately on one spot, but it still can be connected to your base pretty easily. So this also works, as you can see here. This, like I said, still the same idea. The small wiring here, chest plugged into here, and you've got your power source right here connected via wiring and whatnot. Now we're going to go on to their second to last design. This is the cheapest possible design. You couldn't get any cheaper than this. At least I believe so. This is not connected to your base or anything. This is just straight connected. Basically, you have one single power source, and you have one set of wiring, because I believe you create one, if you try to create one piece of wiring, it automatically creates 6 at a time. So this uses 6 wirings. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One power source, one set of wiring, one compressor, one collector, 2 hoppers, 2 chests full with oxygen tanks. Now, these were the all different types of designs. Now you might also be wondering, how would you build this on the moon? Really, all you would need to do is just build a bubble. If with the bubble, you would still need oxygen, or you would still need to collect this. But for that, I believe you would just need to build trees with saplings, and that would work the same way. Anyways, I believe that is the final design. I would like to thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. See ya!